Alrighty guys, here we are, the last sublimation tumbler that needs a makeover. And you may have guessed already, we're going to go ahead and go with the epoxy method. I have my turner here. We're going to be using some alcohol inks. I got some epoxy over there on the side. I'm going to use a little bit of mica in the epoxy. I want some shimmer. And I am going to go ahead and spray the base, or rather our tumbler, with a metallic spray paint. Haven't tried it before, but I figured since we're doing a makeover, why not? And guys, this design, I really do like it. Hate to cover it up. I did create it in Canva. If you want to know how, let me know. I'll create a tutorial for you all. Other than that, any of the objects or either tools or materials I'm using in videos today, check the links in the description. They'll be there for you. So first things first, we're going to get to sanding, and I will go ahead and spray paint. I'm going to do that off camera, but when I come back, we'll be on our turner and ready for our acrylic inks and epoxy. We are spinning, and I have about 30 mLs of epoxy here, and I added the mica to it, like I said, to give it a little bit of a shimmery look. And what we're going to do is apply a generous amount of epoxy onto our tumbler. That's going to help us get our alcohol inks flowing and going. Guys, so I am really happy with the way the chrome effect looks. It really looks like it's a chrome tumbler. And I should have probably went with a second coat because I can still see the background coming through a little bit, but you know what, that is okay. We're gonna roll with what we got. And so I have a few different colors that I'm gonna add, and not adding the colors in any particular order. And of course we are adding purple because that's what I do. Purple will always find its way into my projects. All right guys, now I'm gonna go ahead and introduce some heat to it to get it to moving a little bit more. And I'm going to reverse it to get a little bit more movement in there. Alrighty guys, we got us some good swirlings going on. So what I'm gonna do is just allow this to finish doing its thing. It can take anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. Different types of epoxies have different times. So what I am going to do is just go ahead and let this continue to spin until it is completely dry to the touch. And then after that, I think I am going to add a decal on here, something cute. And I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's just going to be an image or some words. I'll figure that out. But guys, yeah, when we come back, we will have our dry tumbler, and then we'll be adding our decal. All right guys, here we go. We are all done, and I will say, after spinning for 8 hours, I'm so glad that I trust the process, because it was coming out a little dark and I wasn't feeling it. I threw that green in there and I was like, oh boy, these greens are starting to get muddled and look black. So one thing is, try not to over swirl, because the colors sometimes get way too mixed up. and then you're left with just a blob. So over here, I think I definitely did over swirl or didn't swirl enough, but I will say there are enough of the sides and the colors popping through that I actually do like that it'll be fine. The decal will probably go in this area, but I will say it is visually interesting. I did add a little bit of glitter in there because I'm always doing the most of too much, but it is all right. I really like how it came out. And I did create a decal. It says stay colorful, stay creative, and always find joy in the little things you do. So while this was spinning, I was like, what else can I do? I wanted to make sure I added a decal because technically we could leave this be as is and keep it moving, but I wanted to add a little bit more personality with a saying there. So guys, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and sand this down. I'm gonna do a light sanding all around because I decided to add glitter in there. It is creating a little bit of texture and I want it to be smooth. So I'm gonna sand it all around, a little light sanding, and then I'll be back to add the decal. We are decal ready. All right, so looks good, guys. Let's go ahead and get ready for our second layer and final layer of epoxy.